Yo, what's up guys, and welcome to the Gut Feeling Challenge. My name is Mr. 32244. But before we get into the video, make sure you are subscribed to the channel and hit the bell notification to be notified of all future videos and live streams. Also, if you've missed any Isle of Sgail challenges that I've covered so far, there's a link in the description of the full playlist of videos. But for this one, we're going to have to make sure we bring along our emetic syringe Mark II, or even a Mark 1, or whatever emetic syringe that you may have in your inventory. Now, it's very rare I actually tell you to use a different unlockable from a different map, but you should have this unlocked by now if you're on map 6. So I think this was unlocked on Whittleton Creek. I could be wrong on that, but I believe that is the case. But this is going to make it a lot easier if you bring along at least one emetic syringe. So from the very start, we're going to come into the central area right here, and we need to go and grab this guy's disguise. So first of all, we're going to go grab this rat poison from this room, and we're going to wait for him in this bathroom. He's going to be heading this way now, so after he passes the couple outside the front the door, we're going to turn on this tap, and it's going to distract the waiter or event staff, is what they call it in this game, his disguise. So he's going to turn off that tap, and that is when we're going to go ahead and subdue him and grab his disguise. It's going to help us get the next part of the challenge done. So what we have to do for this particular challenge overall is we have to essentially poison the constant 3 times. It's a lot of effort to go through all to try and get this done. However, there's only limited opportunities to actually get him drinking from the wine. You'd have to basically set up certain circumstances in order for him to drink from glasses of wine. But that's why I said bring along at least one syringe, because it does help out a lot. So we've got one emetic syringe now, and we've got a emetic syringe, and we've got the rat poison. So we've got 2 pieces of poison there. We're going to grab this commemorative coin, throw it in that direction over there, just to get them to turn around, and use our lockpick on this door. Once you've gone through the door, you're not in a trespassing area in this disguise, so head on through the door, and then the door opposite as well. In this area, they're going to have one enforcer, so just watch out for her. She can be a little bit eagle-eyed, and she can see you through walls and stuff. So just be careful with her. We're going to poison this glass of wine, and this is the glass that the constant is going to be drinking from. So we're just going to wait for that woman to start moving away first before we go down the stairs. Because what we need to do now is get the Master of Ceremony disguise, and pretty much just start that ceremony to bring down the constant. Now, I'm not sure if he comes down all by himself. I never actually took the time to follow him to make sure that was the case. What am I doing here? I need to get a wrench from the table. So that's what we come over here for. Yeah, I'm not sure if he comes down here and drinks from that wine anyway, but I believe you have to basically do this to trigger his movement to come down. I'm not completely sure on that. I could be entirely wrong, and this could be all just a waste of time. But either way, we're going to do it anyway. So we're going to grab these 2 coins from this bowl, and you're going to shoot out this evidence just over here, and then we're going to jump out the window. We're going to go around the corner to the left and go through that window as well. There's going to be 3 people inside, and we're going to have to essentially knock all of these 3 people out. This Master of Ceremony guy is just going to be talking to this other guy, and we're going to wait for that conversation to finish, and that's where we're going to go ahead and knock all 3 of them out. So he's going to say, break a leg, Mr. Feniger, and that's basically going to give you your cue to go ahead and just smack all these guys in the head with your wrench that we picked up earlier. I'm going to hide all 3 bodies now in the crates. There's, I think there's 3 crates in the room. So we're going to hide all 3 of these bodies. Also pick up the weapon that the guard dropped on the floor as well. Because once we start the ceremony, Zoe Washington will be coming through this area, and we don't really want her to see any weapons or anything lying around. Just going to pick up that key there as well. Let's drag his body in this crate over here. Going to slap on this disguise. And finally the guard. As I said before, I'm not sure if this is all completely necessary to get the constant to drink from that glass of wine. I'm not sure if it's part of his regular routine. I'm sure people will tell me in the comments to confirm or deny that case. But the constant is there already, and is already drinking from a glass of wine. So I'm not completely... He's already been sick as well. I'm going to start the ceremony anyway, just in case it doesn't happen for you guys.
A handsome
But I'm not sure if it's a
And
part of
yet,
his regular cycle. If it is, then this
drop
is
in the ocean.
been a whole waste of time for the first 5 minutes, which is kind of annoying. But hey ho, it works anyway. But that will take care of 1 out of the 3 poisons anyway. Next, we're going to go ahead and set up the other one. And we're going to put on the... which disguise is this called now? Yeah, the Custodian. We're going to use that to get across the helipad. Because it's the best disguise out of the 3 to get across here. There's still sort of a couple of enforcers though. So just be careful of those. I'm just going to run over to the other side and climb up the pipe. It's just the fastest way to get there from where we are. And there's going to be a dude roaming around. I think he's an Ark member or something like that. But he is going to be carrying some blueprint documents on the remote trigger that's in the Constant's neck. So what we're actually going to do is grab his disguise and grab his blueprint documents and trigger that chain of events, because he'll go into his tower, and that's when he's going to drink the glass of wine from there as well. So that's 2. Also, we've got a syringe, so we're obviously going to intercept that at the same time. So once we're in this room here, we're going to throw a coin in this direction. When you know there's a guy outside the room, that's the guy you know that you need to throw the coin in. He's going to be the one that's carrying the documents. So again, to know that it's going to be this guy, he's the only one that's going to be coming into that area outside that door. So that's how you know it's him. For me, he would turn up straight away, so that's a bit of good news. So we grabbed the blueprint documents, our coin back, and we grabbed his disguise too. All we've got to do now is intercept the Constant and talk to him and show him the blueprint documents, and he'll tell you to meet him in the tower. And on his way there, we're going to stab him with the emetic syringe, and that's going to count as a 2nd poison. And then while he's being sick and puking up, we're going to go ahead and take out all of his guards in his tower and then poison the final glass of wine, and that should take care of the final poisoning for the gut feeling challenge. So again, I'm going to skip to the point where he's actually here where we are right now.
Nice evening.
I suppose.
No robe, no mask. Which rank are you?
Oh, I'm more of an outside observer, Mr.
Name's Sinclair. I'm Chief Technical Designer at Quonstad Industries.
Name rings a bell.
Here, I think it might interest you.
What's this?
I think you know. The chip in your neck is my design, which means I can override it for a price.
Most interesting. Meet me at the tower. Be discreet. We can't be seen together.
Always am.
So you just want to pull out your syringe at this point, and as he's crossing the walkway, just go ahead and stab him in the back with the emetic syringe. And you want to go into this room to the next to it. There's going to be some rat poison in here. That's our final poison. So as I said, the Constant is going to be sick now. That will take care of the 2nd out of the 3 poisonings that we need to take care of. There's going to be 2 guards over here. This door should be unlocked at this point because he's crossing the walkway. But we're going to take out his butler and take out his guard in here as well. We're just going to kill them both because we need to get a move on doing this, because he's going to come back quite soon. So we're going to go ahead and shoot out this butler. Shot him in the head there, but he didn't die for some reason. But make sure you kill him. Also make sure that glass isn't smashed or broken, because if it is, then it's a ripperoonie and we'd have to start again. But luckily it was intact. So we're going to take out both the butler and the guard in the room. Dump them out the window. It's no big deal. There's no crates in the room anyway. But like I said, we're not going for silent assassin or anything like that. We need to take care of this challenge as the best ways we possibly can, and this is the route I've found to do it properly. I'm not sure if there's the correct disguise to be in here legally. We need this disguise anyway to initiate the conversation, so I don't know what else I was supposed to do in this room in regards to poisoning that glass, because there's not even any hiding places for bodies or anything. So now we're taking care of both of those. You can go ahead and poison the glass of wine. And what we're actually doing right now is going up the stairs and taking out the 2 guards upstairs as well. The reason for that is we're going to need to skip some part of the conversation a little bit later on, and it's best to do take these guys out because we're going to come up here a little bit later on, and it's a trespassing area. So what I did there is basically lined up the 2 targets in a row, just so I can, so you don't have to adjust your aim too much. That's why you can take out 2 quick headshots just as easy as that. I do advise using your fast target and aim assist as well if you're on console. It does help out snapping onto the heads straight away when you're aiming your shots. Luckily there's actually hiding places up here, so we can hide these 2 bodies in the closet right here. We're also going to grab the guns that they've dropped as well, and we're just going to put them outside, out of the way. Okay, so that's everything all set up for us. All we've got to do now is talk to the consulate downstairs when he comes in, and hand over the documents, and he will say, wait here one moment. He'll go over and into the middle of the room and start making a phone call to Sophia, and that's the point when we're actually going to go upstairs and basically skip that part of the conversation so he drinks from the glass of wine. If you stay here, I don't believe he actually drinks from it, so just make sure you have to do that. So just follow what I'm doing right here. I'm giving him the documents, and I'll tell you what to do in a bit.
All right, Mr. Sinclair. I'm listening.
Don't. In fact, forget all I said.
Excuse me?
This wasn't my idea. Sophia Washington. She's the one who told me to approach you. It's all a trap.
Go on.
I never asked why. I just went along because she's the boss.
And you're telling me this now? Why?
Let's just say I don't like to get my hands dirty.
I see. Thank you for your candor, Mr. Sinclair. You have been most helpful. Hang on for a moment.
So when he says hang on for a moment and he gets up to go into the middle of the room, that's when we're going to head upstairs. And I think that pretty much skips his conversation with Sophia. And he goes ahead and drinks the glass of wine that's in the room. And that's going to be count as the 3rd poison. I'm not sure if he has to go through all the way to the bathroom for it to trigger. I've already done it. That's why this was in practice. I already did this in practice. That's why it doesn't pop up for me. But this is how you do the gut feeling challenge. Once he gets poisoned for the 3rd and final time here, that is going to take care of your challenge for you for the gut feeling. Again, it's a lot more easy if you have the syringe. If you don't have the syringe, then there's another a 3rd opportunity I think you can present. I think he goes up to the tower eventually by himself and drinks a glass of wine up there. But there's another piece of poisoning in a kitchen where the chefs are and stuff like that. So if you know where that is, that's where another piece of rat poisoning is. But once you've poisoned this third one, and you should have the challenge pop up for you in the top right corner of your screen. Again, I've already achieved it, so it didn't pop up for me. But that's essentially how you do the gut feeling challenge. So that's going to do it for this video, so thank you very much for watching. Feel free to drop a like on this video if it helped you out or if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you are new to the channel and hit the bell notification to be notified of all future videos and live streams. For the full playlist of videos, check out the link in the description. Consider supporting me on Patreon or even becoming a member of the channel by clicking the join button below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.